What is up, YouTube? That's here, and today I'm back playing some more Pokemon VGC Reg Wi-Fi battles. Today we're busting out the absolutely amazing Zekrom, one of my favorite restricted Pokemon. We're actually going to be using an AV Special Zekrom, a Pokemon you don't normally see built as a special attacker, but I think it's really cool when paired with Kyogre. We have a really cool, unique balance team today that features Kyogre, Blood Moon, Ursaluna, Sinistcha, Tornadus, and there's an Indeedee around here somewhere. Hopefully it didn't fall off. It's right over there. It's living on the edge over there, but you know what? We're going to get back and talk about the rest of our team here. Taking a look at our team's EVs here, this is going to be a really cool AV Zekrom with Volt Switch Thunder. Thunder gets boosted to that 100% accuracy in the rain by Kyogre. And what's really cool about this is a lot of people cycle spam Intimidates and put up Reflux and stuff like that to stop the Zekrom because they're really afraid of this base 150 physical attack stat. But then we just hit him with a Fat Thunder or a Volt Switch and then reap him with our Sinistcha, try to get some healing, rechange the terrain. I think Zekrom's really really and since a lot of people don't really know how to deal with it, they tend to misplay just a little bit, and that's all we really need with this team to steal the game with a really big Mystic Water Spout boosted by the rain, or even start setting up a Calm Mind Ursaluna. This is going to be a really unique way to play Ursaluna. Full bulk, bulk balance with Calm Mind leftovers. I don't think a lot of people are really expecting Ursaluna to be that big in this second iteration of Reg I. I think a lot of people definitely use the Hisui Ursaluna, the Guts variant, but this one against bulk or other balance or stall mirrors, this thing just makes it you gotta be this tall to ride. Ursaluna paired with Sinistcha for hospitality healing, Indeedee for redirection / Trick Room support if we need, has all the tools to win. And I think if we can correctly utilize Tornadus, Kyogre, and Zekrom to force our opponent to bring their more aggressive tools to matchups, it'll actually give us the time to go for the double redirection core and allow Ursaluna to get some wins. So hopefully you guys like this sort of team. If you like seeing anti-meta Pokemon like Zekrom in competitive battles, think about dropping us up on the channel. We feature a bunch of really cool anti-meta, wacky teams that use some really, out there strategies. If you guys have suggestions for Pokemon you want to see me use in future Reg I videos, let me know in the comments. And without further ado, let's get right on into today's games. Wish me luck. Alright, going up against Miraidon, Terapagos, and Slowbro. Wow, there's a Slowbro there. We're also pretty high ranked in the ladder. This is top 200 Master Ball, so this is going to be dicey. They have a Rillaboom too. This is a really bad matchup. Okay, how do I want to deal with this? I think the way to win is probably having the Kyogre in the back. That being said, leveraging advantage with Kyogre could be a good way to set tempo. I think I might want to lean into heavy Ursa play. So something like Ursa. I'm looking at Ursa. Ursa Zekrom would give me a lot of potential to set the tempo of the match. I don't really mind that. I could also just go Indeedee, but I wonder if they're gonna go with Rilla. I think I need to bring my Indeedee. I'd like to bring Sinistcha here. It might actually be better to bring Sinistcha over Kyogre for this first one. That's crazy looking. Yeah, I actually really like this. I think this core gives me my best shot. I think the best way to win this match is actually just to load up my Ursaluna with 3 or 4 Calm Minds and just say you gotta be this tall to ride. I want to check my Ursa real quick. I have Psychic Terra today. Okay, that's probably a leftover from Reg H. Okay, yeah, we'll see what we can get done. Psychic Terra is not terrible. Why did I have Psychic Terra? I think it was to improve my size spam matchup while also gaining a resistance to, gaining a resistance to fighting at the same time. Not fighting in size spam today, but it's fine. Awesome. So Grim Miraidon. So judging by what they're leading with, I think they probably have Terapagos and Rillaboom in the back. That would be my guess. So they're going to be going for screens. So this board is actually really cool for me. I might Terrastalize my Zekrom. I have Fairy Terra. It's not really required. I could also just swap in my Indeedee. I think that's fine. I'm going to go for a Calm Mind and just swap in my Indeedee. And if for some reason you would like to go Dazzling Gleam, this is going to take away your terrain, which means I could just hard swap in my Sinistcha and get a Hospitality proc. And once I get to +3 or +4 with this Ursa, I can probably be in a good spot. So let's see what they do here. Survey says I could have also Terrastalized my Zekrom that turn and tried to swing for the fences, if you will. Light screen's fine. No Terrastalize on the Miraidon. Maybe it's Volt switching. I'm at my Indeedee slot. Draco, cool. I could have Fairy Terra'd there. Now they're at -2, and Indeedee still doesn't realistically care all that much. I know that there is going to be a Rillaboom somewhere. And I could take advantage of the loss in tempo that they just got from that Draco Meteor and click something like a Hyper Voice. But I think I'm just going to go for another Calm Mind. I'm going to go for another Calm Mind. I think I'm going to hard swap in my Zek here and just save my Indeedee to be able to come back in and reply Terrain one more time. I don't really have a problem with that. I don't think they're Draco Meteoring there again. That'd be a bit of a read. And even if they do, they're at -2 right now. There's the pivot out. So again, I don't think I could just pop the Rillaboom with something like, you know, a Helping Hand Hyper Voice. I don't really see that as, you know, being very standard. So far, they're leading exactly like what I want them to lead. And I think I'm going to be in an okay spot. If I can get to like +3 or +4 on this Ursa, I should be able to outvalue, especially if I take away the terrain from the Rillaboom. So next turn, I'll just probably Volt Switch out my Zekrom for Indeedee again. Reflect. Yeah, get your dual screens up, dude. You're going to need them. This Ursa's going to town. This bear's going to town out here. Calm mind, feeling fine. Let's go. Playing Ursa balance. Cool. Love that for me. So I'm going to just protect and probably go for a Volt Switch into the Grim. You have a Fake Out up, but I think you'd be pulling the trigger on the Ursa. We can soak some damage. Even if you were to Fake Out my Zekrom, it's not the big deal. Like, if you Fake Out Zekrom and Spirit Break, I don't really care. U-turn's fine. Yep. I think they are clicking Spirit Break here. I'd like to see if they have Spirit Break or Foul Play. And I don't really want to Trash my Ursa because I don't want to be able to get Thunder Waved. I actually just really like sitting on this. Oh, this is great, yeah. No problemos whatsoever. They're probably going to start fidgeting pretty soon in that, like, how would I word this? I'm not really letting them in, so they're probably going to start chucking Dracos at that Ursa sooner than later. So let's see. No more terrain. Are you going to Draco or Volt or Electro Drift my Indeedee? I think you're probably going to... You might Draco it. I don't particularly care. Foul Play, not bad. Good play. Good targeting. So Foul Play's there. So I'm going to just Calm Mind again. I think the way to win this matchup is to actually just completely set up the Ursa. And if I can live through this one turn without really losing a Pokemon, I probably do win the game. Let's go. Yeah, it's looking good here. Looking good. Snarl. Okay. Snarl Miraidon. So that's giving AV Tells or Scarf Tells. They Dracoed first. So that could be, it could really be either way. I'm more interested in the Spadef boosts than anything else. But that's giving Scarf Miraidon on this team. Foul Play there's fine. Yeah, Ursa takes damage there, but not particularly that much. And they're going to finally see our leftovers, which means we do actually outvalue her. I will get to +6 Spadef. And then I'm thinking about just chucking a Draco with the Miraidon. I could also just Volt Switch. I think I could just Volt Switch. I'll Calm Mind, and I will Volt Switch your Grim again. If you would like to go for a Draco Meteor, be my guest. See how, like, I'm not really letting them in at all? Like, at all. And that's giving really big Scarf Miraidon vibes. Very, very big. So we're just going to continue to take away the terrains and be in a good spot. You're probably Foul Playing this guy, though, so maybe I do go into a different Pokemon. My Indeedee's getting a little low. What if I went in here? I'm fine to go in here, soak that damage, and then pivot out for the Indeedee, thinking that you might not attack that slot. You know what I mean? I'm fine to try that. It sucks I'm showing this Pokemon a little bit early, but I know they're Foul Playing that slot, because it would be a Zekrom, even though I'm special. So let's see what they do here. Another Calm Mind boost. They're gonna have to crit me, I think. There's the Foul Play. Cool. So the Indeedee does stay alive. Awesome. So now I can actually just pivot out here. Another thing I could do here is, like, I'm at +3, right? It's almost time for their screens to go away. They have 3 turns left on that white screen, so I'm gonna... Let's think about exactly what I would like to do here. I can't let them use, like, a fat wood hammer against me. I should actually outspeed them. So, like, I'm trying to think of how I want to layer this up. I can protect here. I can protect and Matcha Gotcha to see if I get a burn. And I don't actually disagree with that play at all for any situation. Yep. I want to see if they click U-turn, trying to keep up the tempo. Like, if they just U-turn into me, that means I never have to bring in the entity. And see, there it is right there. That's a really, really good play. And if I can fish for the right burn on something, like if they bring in Terapagos and I get a burn, amazing. If they come in with Miraidon and I get a burn, amazing. I'm chipping damage on both. And see how I got this whole value here without even having to use my entity this time. Very, very cool stuff. There's the Pagos. Yeah, love this for us. Alright, this is going to be the hard part. Matcha Gotcha, who we missing on? Nobody. Alright, cool. Hit the Terra Shell. Nice. Alright, so any burns would be great. Any burns would be magnifique. And it's a 20% chance burn. Burning that Pagos would be sick. So I get the heal, and I get the Grassy Terrain heal. Like, such a good turn for me. Very, very cool. Foul play, unfortunate. I do have a Citrus Berry back there. That's probably set up Pagos, but I do think the fact that my Blood Moon's already kind of in a good spot, I would say, like I'm at +3, you know. I think it's time for me to start hyper voicing. And I'm going to continue to Matcha Gotcha, because like I would like to keep up the tempo here. Thunder Wave, yeah, I'm not going to Trastalize, bro. I'm not going to Trastalize. I know that's your last move. I'm not doing it. There's your Calm Mind. You're faster than my Ursa, which is honestly kind of surprising. Like our Ursaluna has like significant speed investment, but this is fine. Yeah, Hyper Voice is gonna be able to break that Terra Shell, finishes off the Grim, so that means no more screens. Once these screens are gone, that's all you get. You have Miraidon and Rilla, and I'm in a pretty good spot here. I don't have to worry about Thunderwave anymore. Like I still have a Zekrom too. Like I think that's really, really important. You see how that Terapagos is already at half? Like very, very, very low. There's the burn. That's so important. That is absolutely massive. That's going to put him on not necessarily a timer, because I believe their item is a leftovers, but it's going to make it a lot harder to play the value game versus my Ursa. Like I could actually probably just PP stall out their Terra Starstorms now and go up to +6. Here's the Rilla. All we have to do here is probably pivot in our NDD. 2 turns on Grassy Terrain. Last turn on Light Screen. I'm not seeing an issue with just protecting here, and then next turn pivoting the entity and blowing the Rilla Boom up. So in this situation, I could click Trick Room here. I think Trick Room's probably the right play, because it would let me outvalue. And then, yeah, I really like that. Dude, we are playing this one well. They'll get a free Calm Mind up out of this, but I'm not going to give it to him. You remember, you can't redirect a Rilla Boom with Rage Powder, because that's a Grass type. So he'll get a Calm Mind up, and that's fine. I have to deal with it. I don't know if I underspeed their Rillaboom with my Ursa. Probably not. So they're going to be able to chuck that first big Wood Hammer, but he's not going to have the terrain. They probably thought if I had Trick Room any of these times, I would have used it a while ago, and it's probably why they're just like, oh, that's weird. So I'll stick around, get an extra little tick of health on my Sinistcha, and then this Ursaluna is going to be cooking. I wouldn't be surprised to see it protect Pagos, because they haven't really seen what my last move is, even though it is Earth Power. We're just going to chuck Hyper Voice and go for a pivot into our entity here. And if you, like, U-turn me trying to keep up tempo, that would mean that, like, Miraidon's just going to take way too much damage from this Hyper Voice and get double tapped. So Entity's going to come in. It's going to take away the steroid from the Rillaboom's Wood Hammer. I think I can live, like, even a crit Wood Hammer that's not built that way. So he's going to Trastalize the Terapagos. Awesome. Love to see that. He's a little bit bulky now, honestly. But I think I two-shot it with Hyper Voice. I think I two-shot it from here, and I don't think they like one-shot me back unless they crit, right? I think crit would honestly suck. But I've been playing this one to the best of my abilities. It sucks that like I pivoted in the entity here, and all that happened. You know what I mean? It sucks that I pivoted in the entity on the turn they were going to remove terrain anyways. Oh well, that's fine. I just get to bring in what is that? Sinistcha and get a heal. Yeah, that's the thing. I got more healing than you. Wood Hammer, just don't crit me, bro. Just don't crit me. Don't crit me. Holy moly. Is that a crit? Whoa! That does that much. That's very surprising that that's how much damage that deals. Very scary. Actually, I don't think that I break that Pagos. But I still think I win. I'm going to finish off your Rilla here, right? And I think I do come in and get the heal. Because I think this keeps me out of range of... I think this plus the Life Dew keeps me out of range of your Starstorm. Right? That's the idea here. So Hyper Voice will finish off Rilla. And Life Dew will keep me out of range out of Starstorm unless you crit. There's the pivot out for Miraidon. That's fine. I'll take a heal. He's going to try and come in and go for like a, what is that move? Grassy Glide, but I'll just flip on a Terra at that point. So if I can take this thing out, I want to see if they protect Pagos. Is that Electric Seeds? Yeah, he wasn't lefties. You're right. You're right. He wasn't lefties. That's fine. Good thing we got the skills to pay the bills out here. Big protect. Love that for us. Oh, absolutely love that. You're going to lose your Miraidon for free? That's amazing. And I'm getting so much healing. And you're taking so much burn damage. Nice. Yeah. This guy's probably like, man, this guy's using Zekrom. He's going to lose to the guy using Zekrom, bro. All right, let's see if this Miraidon is AV or Scarf. That looks like potentially Scarf. My Ursaluna, by the way, guys, has like no investment in like special attack. It just has nature. It's like full bulk Ursa with like a decent amount of speed. So it's perfect in like this matchup. So Hyper Voice comes out. I'm gonna go for another Life Dew, I think. Just gonna be back at full. And then when they finally come in with the Rilla after foddering one of these monsters, probably have to go for like a double protect. Pagos, fodder the Miraidon, bring in the Rilla, have a fake out pin. I'll drop a protect. And then I should be able to get the value. If he goes for the double protect, that's the right play in this situation. But dang, dude, this Ursaluna cooking it out here, dude. Holy moly. And I use Zekrom. Like, I used special Zekrom for, like, multiple games. It was a really good pivot that we needed in those situations. So, really, really good stuff. Oh, man, dude. Ursaluna Zekrom. Who would have thought that that was, like, the match made in heaven for this matchup? But, yeah, just full balance. It's just like Bolt Balance with an Ursaluna instead. It's one of my favorite ways to play it. The Rillaboom can come back in, but I think we're fine. And I'll just flip on Psychic Terra and then grind him out. Easy peasy. Cool stuff. Very low. I guess I could just also click Matcha. I don't need to do that. Actually, he'll get KO'd by anything. So yeah, I can just go Hyper Voice. Hyper Voice. I don't need to show my Terras. Battle was canceled. Wins up. We take those wins all the way to the bank with the bulkiest Ursaluna set you ever did see. All right, more Pagos. This time with Ho-Oh. I think that Blood Moon is actually usable into those. I think Blood Moon's actually really viable here. The Ogerpon's problematic, but it's not something I can't deal with. I could probably do the same thing that I did last time into this. Ho-Oh shouldn't be a problem for Blood Moon. So Blood Moon can be a really good lead, and we don't really need to use as much Entity here because there's no, like, Rillaboom to be worried about. I think, like, we're worried about Ogerpon, but, like, I'm okay with that. So what do we want to really lead with here? I think probably Zekrom Ursa is probably good again because you can just Volt Switch, and if they want to go heavy into like Lando, we have the Kyogre here. And I don't think Kyogre is bad in this matchup, but since they do have Water Pond, I'm probably not going to bring it. I'm probably just going to bring the Indity and the Sinistcha again. Redirection, healing. Indity has, I believe, Helping Hand as well if we need it in some weird situations. And Zekrom might actually scare off the Ho-Oh. I would not be surprised if this board they brought like Water Pond, Grim, Pagos. I don't think they need for Rigoraph, so maybe they bring Lando, knowing that I shouldn't bring Kyogre. But that being said, there's nothing wrong with them bringing them restricted. Man, this Kyogre is just not having a good time today. It's not Kyogre's day. Kyogre's really not that great into Terapagos in a lot of situations. Oh, they have the Blood Moon picture too. Oh, this is going to be funny. We're going to send them to the Shadow Realm with one of their classic Pokemon here. So, the problem with this lead right here is that our opponent is going to immediately start stacking their Calm Mind boosts, and there's not that much I can do about it. And Terapagos does drastically outscale the Blood Moon, in my opinion. It's a restricted, right? So this is going to get dicey, and they also have screens. So I'm trying to think of what I need to do to get away with this. I will be able to break the Terra Shell with my Terra Volt ability. But, like, let's see. I'm going to go for the Calm Mind, and I could just Volt Switch it. Do I need to be Volt Switching this early? Is there any value that I get out of that? I can't Shadow Ball it. Draco Meteor sucks, and these are Blind Thunders. I'm gonna go for the Blind Thunders. I actually want Paras. It's 30% chance. Thunder, baby! You got Fake Out? Light Screen? Cool. Let's go. Let's roll some dice, dude. Blind Thunder Zekrom out here? Let's go, dude! That's so much damage before that first Calm Mind's off, too. So good. Any Paras? Never lucky. They're faster than us, but I'm trying to make it so they're not. This might just scare him too. Like maybe this is such a weird matchup. And the value here is that I have Pagos for healing. Not Pagos, what is it? Sinistcha for healing, right? I think that's the reason why we're gonna eventually kind of pull ahead. Because now if they want to activate their leftovers and use their item, they have to start playing, like, protects and passive, and, like, what do you do, right? You're going to pivot out Grim? Are you going to, like, parting Grim into my... And so if that's the case, I can Calm Mind here and hard pivot Indity and block a parting. That'll stop the Lando pivot if it's a parting. I could have Volt Switched, I guess, but I'm really trying to stop the priority parting shot. Because this team looks like it would have it. To keep my boosts on my Ursa. Show me priority parting shot. Show me priority parting shot. Come on. I know you got it. I know you got it, bro. You don't need to reflect. Hard pivot. Okay, cool. So I could have went Volt Switch into the Pagos, right? Let's see if this would have been a good or bad play. Into Ogerpon. Okay, I would have definitely targeted the Pagos too, because if they protect, I don't lose anything for that. And he's going Terra right now. We don't need our what is that? We do not need our terrain in this matchup on anything other stuff that Grim. So they're going to be trying to shove down my Blood Moon. I'm going to get the second Calm Mind boost. Ugh, this is going to get so dicey. I'm going to have to pivot in my Sinistcha. I can probably heal off. Oh, he's just Earth Powering. Oh, cool. I don't need to take any damage there. He really doesn't like Zekrom, dude. All my homies hate Zekrom. That's fine. Yeah, we love that. I think what I do here is I just Hyper Voice, follow me, Hyper Voice. Like, that should be able to rinse the Ogerpon off the board. It should be a 2-shot. They got a white screen up though, man. This is gonna. Maybe I got a crit. Because like I don't think setting up any more will give me any more value. I'm gonna Hyper Voice and follow me. We know that we outspeed their Terapagos with our Zekrom, so we can always come in. We can always like crit something stupid. So let's see what they want to do here. There's the Cudgel. Please don't KO my Entity, even though I think that you do. Ugh, now it's single target. Is that a crit? Alright, no crit. That just KOs. So that's a heavy aggressive Ogerpon. There's a Calm Mind. Okay. Okay. If I can crit something, that'd be great, but I don't think I get any crits here. And remember, we're just keeping that Terapagos as unhealthy as we can. Man, that guy is too thick. He's way too thick. How do I break it? Do I come in with Sinistcha and click like Protect, Trick Room, Matcha Gotcha? Yeah, that's my only line probably. That's like the only line that I see. Protect, TR, Matcha Gotcha, Hyper Voice will KO the Ogerpon at that point. Yeah, that's the line. I think I have to crit their Terapagos with my Ursa. I think that's the only line that I can actively see. Hornleech? Oh, no thanks, buddy! I mean, they should have just cudgeled anyways, but, like, it's fine. And then we can live one Starstorm at +2, I think. Our Sinistcha's heavy HP defense, but, like, I think we can eat one of these. And then we have a Citrus Berry, maybe we eat two, you know? Might do, like, 70%. Oh, no way! Is that a crit? That just does that much? Dude, that's absolutely filthy, dude. That is absolutely filthy, nasty damage. Oh my gosh. Why that one shot's at +2? Oh, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous that actually OHKOs. I'm not wrong. That should not OHKO. That's like probably the biggest high roll I've like ever seen. He's only a +2, right? Yeah, like that's absolutely ridiculous. All right, so I guess our out here is to Hyper Voice. And probably either, like, it's a higher % accuracy play to, like, hit the Thunder and get the full para than to just pray for the Draco crit. I think because I don't even know if this OHKOs. So yeah, I'm just going to do this. Let's go for it. Spike Shade, you definitely ignore the Ogerpon in this matchup. The Ogerpon is not the priority problem. Going after the Pagos here, we whiff the Thunder, never lucky. And there's the Terra Starstorm. I cannot believe that was like, that should not have OHKO'd my Sinistcha, dude. Like, look how much damage that does to these guys. It's not even half. That's ridiculous. Maybe I can crit here? Any critters? If that would have crit me, I would have completely understood. You know, assignment understood. I completely understand. All right, at this point, do I need to just pray for a Draco crit? Because, like, they still have probably a Ho-Oh in the back. So they're probably going to go for an Earth Power into my Zekrom. They're going to go Ivy Cudgel into this guy, which would KO. I'm going to try and protect. And I'm going to chuck a fat Draco at the Pagos. I think the Draco crit will KO. It'll go through the Spadef boost and the screen. Let's just spray and pray at this point. Because at this point, they are low enough to where I think the Draco would get the KO. There's the Ho-Oh. Okay. Grim. Okay, back to Grim. Works for me. Protect Pagos? No way they're protecting. So passive. Alright, they're not. Cool. Let's go. Come on, Draco. Come on, Zekrom. Let's go, Draco! Dude, that's nothing, dude. Nothing. We're out. We're donezo, bro. There's the EP. They made the right play. I think they played this matchup really well, other than that one, like, Horn Leech. I just can't believe it. I'm gonna run the calc here. So let's pull up a damage calc. So let's go into the damage calculator. So let's plug in, what is Terapagos? So Terapagos. Stellar. That's this one right here. And let's give it a 252 modest, because that's like, you know, the highest it could really be. Let's set things to level 50. And then let's give it Terra Starstorm. Right? And let's make it a doubles move. And let's plug it in versus Sinistcha. Because, like, dude, they had, like, they were lefties, right? So it's like, it just doesn't make sense that they were able to, like, OHKO my set. So they had +2. Yeah, so it was just a massive high roll. I think I could have maybe got something done otherwise, but, like, look at the variance there between, like, those sets. Like, that's, like, 15, that's, like, 16%. That's so crazy. So they just got the high roll, 43% chance to get the OHKO. So maybe I could put a little bit more in Spadef on this guy to make that not happen, but never lucky happens, you know. Massive high roll, that's so much damage. All right, Miraidon Shadow Rider, Chi-Yu. Ooh, and there's an Iron Hands over there. That's going to be really good to deal with, I guess. You know what? You know what's good about this? There's no Grim in this game. I don't have to play 8 turns of waiting if I want to use an attack. That being said, I'm not really worried about Trick Room here. I think they're going to expect me to go, like, really aggressive here. And I don't think I need to do that. Let me think, though. I like the Blood Moon. Blood Moon's usable here for sure. I think Zekrom is also moderately usable. I think, like, those are okay. I think they're going to go Whims at some point, and I need to be respectful of that. I wonder if they're really going Hands. Hands looks okay on paper. I don't think it is. I think that I should just flip on the aggression and win this one pretty quick. Let's try that. I think this is probably a good line. Zekrom and Kyogre have a lot of value right off the rip. And because you don't know if I'm Scarfed, there's a lot of things you don't know about my lead. And like leading both restricteds is a good way to have like the most like dominant board presence you can. Like if you're bluffing, this is a really good bluff because they don't really know where you're going. Like they're like, you see how they locked in Fergraph in the first slot? That's to imprison me. Or like flip a Trick Room back or do something like that. That's to really stop me from playing Trick Room. So like the fact that we have like a more Torn-centric game in this one is going to be really, really good. And there's a couple things I can do in this board state situation where I might be able to get a lot of value. We really need to think, are you clicking Volt Switch into my Kyogre? Or, right? Or are you going like Fairy Terra Dazzle? Right? That's the main question for this Miraidon. Like which one are you actually doing? It's going to be Sash Shadow Rider, right? So, like, which one of these... I don't know if this one double dips electric, because, like, I can make a read. I think what I'm going to do is play it standard for this first turn. The standard play would be Protect here, block the Volt Switch, because they don't think they need a Terra here, because they saw how terrains went, and they know that I'm not Scarf Ogre, and then just go for a Draco. Like, trap them in, hit the Draco, win the game, right? I don't need to make a read trying to Thunder a Fairy Terra. There's the Thunder Fairy Terra, or, you know, Fairy Terra Miraidon's absolutely fine. Can't really deal with about it, but the good thing is here, if they KO my Zekrom somehow, I can then just send out my Torn, get up a Tailwind, and just pop their Miraidon. So it's a little bit of both worlds. I think it's good and bad. Oh, they're going big damage here. Okay. I think that's fine, honestly. Let's see how much damage they actually do to my Zek. I think they probably get the KO into it. I want to see if they just Draco. That'd be funny. Dazzle, cool. Obviously, standard Dazzle here. So Thunder would have done a good chunk if I was able to connect. But this is Spexed Fairy Terra Helping Hand. Can you get the KO, please? Thank you. I appreciate you, friend. I really do appreciate that. That's so beneficial for me actually winning this game. Zekrom did its job. Forced the Fairy Terra, took the KO to let me go into my Torn, and now I'm going to have speed control. I don't know if I can one-shot this Miraidon, right? I don't know if I can, but I have full special attack modest Mystic Water. If I double dipped Water Terra, I'm pretty sure I'd get it, but I'm grass. So I'm just going to go for this. I'm going to save my Terra. I'm going to go for a Tailwind here. This is our best shot to win. This is the best shot that I got. Oh, these fighting words, okay. These fighting words out here. Let's see what happens. Somebody's coming out on top, and I'm pretty sure it's Specs Miraidon. Otherwise, they would not have popped my AV Zekrom. Damage, come on. Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! Oh, dude. That dude got freaking rickety wrecked out here. That's ridiculous. So I think the worst case scenario here is that they have something like Hands Shadow Rider. I'd have to go for a double protect, which would be wasting turns of my Rain and Tailwind. That being said, I still feel really confident in the latter half of this game. Calyrex and what? Because Calyrex is going to be sashed. And Chi-Yu, that's perfect. That's game. It should be game. Their Terra's down. Bleak Wind plus Spout will be able to close it out. And yeah, they were not expecting the like mid-game Torn, I think. So we take these. This guy tried to full send us really quick. And you see how we like let them Terra. We let them pick up a KO and are restricted on turn 1. But then the repin power was just too big. It was too massive. So we should be able to take this here. Battle was canceled. Wins up. They know what we have. That's probably like a Choice Scarf, Chi-Yu, Sash Shadow Rider, and we win that game. Super easy peasy lemon squeezy. Groudon and Miraidon. That's not the good matchup for Zekrom. Why are there so many Grims? That's 3 Grims in a row today. I don't think Grim's that popular. Let's see though. Kyogre can definitely work here. Torn definitely works here. I think Torn Ogre can definitely work. I think they should keep him in the back though. I'm looking at Ursa, and I actually really like it. I think if anyone's going to be playing Miraidon, like, Ursa is, like, the play. So this is a very, very solid matchup. I think my go-to lead of, like, these two actually does let me leverage a little advantage, because the Miraidon kind of tunnels into this slot. It allows me the freedom to pivot into other things. Let's see, though. I like Sinistcha. Do I want to lead, like, this? Maybe, like, this actually looks really good on paper. Those... I think I can get away with bringing the Zekrom, dude. I don't think I need the defensive tools, even though, like, I really want Sinistcha. I really want Sinistcha on this matchup, dude. It's so strong. Indidy's really good here, too. Like, Indity Ursa is good here. I don't need Tornadus for anything, dude. Tornadus sucks. Let's go back to the drawing board. I initially wanted to bring... this. So I'm going to try that. I think Tornadus is good. But, like, I don't think it's the key to this matchup. I think that Wo-Chien has, like, Kyogre's number. So, like, while we're still, I think, bringing the Kyogre, I don't think we need to go, like, full Torn Ogre into them. Because I just don't think it'll work. Yeah, they're going heavy, like, late game. Like, this is exactly what I wanted to see. Miraidon Grim seems so safe into my team. But I don't think you really break what you need to break. I wish I had my Indity. But it's okay. I think I might have to Terrastalize my Zekrom here, and that's completely fine. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is just rip Calm Mind. And if you want to go for a Dazzle, this will make it so I don't die. And then I'll just Volt Switch this slot. And the reason why you want to Volt Switch here is because if you're Volt Switching and bringing in your Groudon, that's fine. And if you're not Terrastalizing, that's fine. If you are Terrastalizing, it's even more damage. I like this play. Awesome. So my Terastallization is going first, which means that Miraidon is most likely not Terastallizing. They can click a Draco into my Blood Moon, but I don't think that I will die from it. I think you're just going to go Reflect and something, right? Reflect Draco the Zek? That's a light screen. He's actually light screening. Okay, he's scared of the Blood Moon. That's fine. So less turns on light screen for later. There's a Draco. Nice. Good stuff. Fairy Terra Zekrom busted. Volt Switch D's. And what I really like about this play, too, is that I'm already Fairy Terra, which means if I have to pivot in my Zekrom on something like a Groudon P-Blades or something, I can now, and take that reduced damage or neutral damage. I think I can come in with Kyogre here. This might force them into more of like a Groudon play. And so what I really like about this is I'm going to protect with my Ogre and go for a second Calm Mind. And right now they're just like, oh no. Uh-oh, uh-oh. And if I'm going to soak some damage on the Blood Moon, then I'm going to pivot into the Sinistcha the turn after. So Calm Mind numero dos. Protect. Now, right now it's looking... I'm giving big Scarf Ogre vibes right now. I'm giving really big Scarf Ogre vibes. So let's see if they, like, chuck a Thunder Wave at this thing. So let's see. And now my Zekrom, if I do pivot back into the Zekrom, if I feel like it, I can use those 100% accuracy Thunders. Really, really like that. This is working great. So let's see if they want to chuck like a Thunder Wave at it. I would be surprised. Yep, there's a Thunder Wave. We're baiting that. You can Draco my Blood Moon. I don't think you Oko here, though, because I got that Calm Mind boost. Yep. They are over-respecting Scarf Ogre. Which I'm not. This Blood Moon's starting to get out of control, buddy. You got a Light Screen, but like that ain't it. I wonder if the EP will KO Miraidon from here. They know that, so that the fact they tumbled in a Kyogre that hard, that's a tell to me personally, right? That they have Groudon in the back, right? So if we think they have Groudon, I don't know if they have Volk here. They might have Wo-Chien. I think that it's probably Walking Wake. So that being said, I think it's about time for me to start dealing damage. I don't think this will actually Oko through the Light Screen. Let's go for one more Calm Mind. Might be a little bit greedy, but I think they're starting to panic more than I am. I'm not sweating here. I'm calming my minds down here. Back into the Zek. You can go for a Thunder Wave on it. That's fine. We're trying to eventually get a safe pivot into Sinistcha here. See, like I'm really glad I didn't pull the trigger and go for an Earth Power there. See, they're starting to squirm, if you will. Double Dip Electric. Yeah, they're big mad. I don't think they break our Zekrom here though, because we are AV Zek. So we're gonna live. Thunder Wave. Miss. Value. Now my Kyogre also hits them for neutral. Oh, awesome. And a Volt Switch. That's not doing nearly as much. Volt Switch, Electro Drift, Draco. It's not Dazzle. It might be Overheat on this team for that Miraidon, since they do have the Groudon. Gotta watch out for that. Could also be Snarl. I think if they had Snarl, they would have been using it against this Ursa the second they saw the Calm Mind staggers. They would have went like Thunder Wave Kyogre and Snarled that turn if they had it. So Wo-Chien here is very unique, right? It's going to be rough to play against this. I don't want them to get a Leech Seed up on me. I have +3. I think I can actually really slow this game down. 2 turns. Sorry, there's 5 turns on Light Screen, right? Or sorry, yeah, 5 turns left. Kyogre's usable in a lot of these situations. I can drop a Protect here and honestly just go straight into a Thunder into the Grim. Love that for me. And then next turn they might try and pivot in like Groudon or something to block the Thunder. This is just good damage. Thunder Wave into Zekrom's fine. Like, honestly, like, it's no big deal. Zekrom's just kind of here hanging out. I'm gonna stick some damage into the Grim while we can. Ruination. Okay. Unique choice for sure. Nice. Really, really happy to hit that. So important that we hit. And so right now, I'm going to go Hyper Voice. I'd like to be able to catch the Groudon. I'm going to Volt Switch that slot. Because if the Groudon comes in on that Hyper Voice, even though they have a Light Screen, like right now, it's about the time of the game where I start sticking a little bit of damage on Grim, so I can KO it before it resets that Light Screen. Because it's so important for the latter half of this matchup. Hyper Voice, big damage. I outspeed everything here. Very cool to see. And I'm really happy to actually eat this Ruination because I'm going to be Volt Switching into my Sinistcha. Foul Play's fine. Yeah, you see like they're starting to flounder a little bit here. Nice, that's so good. And the KO, amazing. Amazing turn for me. So perfect. Love that. I can go right into the Sinistcha. I have Redirection, I have Healing, I have potential to Protect, get an extra Lefties tick, and go for a Trick Room. Like, it's all coming together. Wow, great stuff. Nice little heal. Very, very good. Very healthy. And I can redirect away any Dracos. We know that the last move is probably Overheat on that Miraidon, so I don't need to worry about any Dazzle tech. They've won their Terra. I just got to wait out the screen at this point, and I should be fine. Lefty's Wo-Chien is very standard. We also get that scouting info. Dang, this team's actually kind of cool. Like, Zekrom is basically just like a super Raging Bolt that people like don't know how to play against, dude. I love Zekrom. Zekrom's so sick. So let's see. Is it Groudon? Like, I feel like their backs are kind of getting to the wall. They have to start trying to make plays. There's the Groudon. Cool. Like that for us. So let's realistically think about what we need to do to win this. I think I'm going to just Protect here. And then as far as Sinistcha goes, I can probably just fodder my Zekrom and then repin with Kyogre or repin with Sinistcha and get an extra heal. I just want to see turns on screens. They have 3 turns left on the screen. So yeah, Protect Ursa and get an extra Lefties tick is very good. Potentially fodder Zekrom is good. even if you don't go after the Zekrom here, I can just hard pivot back to my Sinistcha, get a second Hospitality boost, and probably outvalue the Groudon. I'm actually worried about Eruption Groudon here. That's one of the reasons why I'm scouting for this. Just because like an Eruption crit would do a lot. Maybe like a Solar Beam crit. Like I'm worried. I'm Special Groudon could definitely be a thing, just like I have Special Zekrom. So P-Blades is absolutely fine. Like Ursaluna's dummy thick. They do hit the Zek. Cool. Don't even go down from that. And Ruination again. Yeah, that's great. Zekrom doesn't even get to go down. Love that for us. Extra lefties tick. I'm gonna be at full at the end of this turn. I don't need to Calm Mind anymore, I don't think. I don't think there's a reason to. So I could just go, yeah, just pivot in the Sinistcha, and I could actually outvalue with Life too. So Hyper Voice is good here. I wonder if that's AV Groudon. We're gonna be able to tell very soon. Yeah, I like this. And once that light screen's gone, they're going to start taking big damage. Like, the damage is going to be real. They really thought that I was going to go Torn Ogre in this one, and I'm just like, nah, bro. You got to be this tall to ride. Blood Moon Ursaluna. Just gaming. He should have stuck a Leech Seed on me so long ago. Like, the Ruination plays just aren't really it. Big Hyper Voice. Any crits would be massive value. Yeah, Ruination just doesn't do it. Does not do it. So you're probably going to Heat Crash my Sinistcha this turn. I'm going to protect Ursa, get an extra lefties tick, wait at your last turn of screens, pivot in my Zekrom, fodder Zekrom potentially, bring out the Sinistcha, get another heal, pin your Woshi, win the game. Very, very cool stuff. Still have that Ogre in the back, by the way. Should be enough to win the game. Alright. This team actually really works. I really, really feel comfortable with like Blood Moon, Sinistcha stuff in this format, especially like in this early, you know, Reg I format. It's just really good against the stuff that was, you know, at the top of the meta at Worlds last 2020. What year was that? Was that 2025? So let's see it. Zekrom's back again. Pivots out for Miraidon. Cool. Yeah, works for me. They know I'm protecting. I'm playing very standard here. They're going to try and Draco my Blood Moon, I think. But let's see if they actually get the... I'd like them to kill my Zekrom here, because that way I can just go right into the Sinistcha and just go for a Rage Powder the Miraidon away. That'd be great. Just a Rage Powder away that Draco in the game. P-Blades, please kill my Miraidon. Or sorry, please kill my Zekrom. Please do it. Zekrom! No, Zekrom, you're throwing, bro. Zekrom, you're throwing. It's fine. I should have enough health to live a Draco. Especially after a Sinistcha tick, because I do have like the plus, what is it, +2 Spadef? +3, dude, I'm fine. You'd have to crit me. So I think that we actually just EP here. Sleepy EP here. Yeah, gotta do it. If you're Volt switching, like, I don't care. Like, if you Volt switch my Zekrom slot to, like, pick up the KO and go to Woshi, like, I don't care about that. That's not, like, a problem at all. The only thing I have to do here is live through Draco Meteor. That's, like, the big thing that we're kind of working on here is living the Draco Meteor. There's the Draco. I can't do anything about it. Yeah, I eat that for breakfast, bro. And now that thing's gone. Let's see if I live through. You can crit here, I guess. Oh, what? Dude, that should not have KO'd. That's massive high roll. That is really, really, really bad for me. Not the worst thing, but, like, very... very unfortunate. Oh my gosh, that hurts. Yeah, all that happened because my Zekrom dodged a P-Blades, dude. I'm so sad. We have to Spout here, and I do think you have to Rage Powder, just because, like, it's still worth respecting. They're going to pivot in the Woshien. Like, we're going to see if we can actually get out of this one, but, like, let's see what happens here. That's an incorrect play, I think. But let's see how they want to handle it. Watch, they've been, like, goggles around this whole time, dude. I'm about to get popped, bro. Volt switch is okay. So they're going to reset their stat drip. Dang, that still does so much damage. Oh my gosh, I'm so salty that KO'd. Stupid Zekrom dodging P-Blades. Why can't you just hit your P-Blades, Groudon? So the Woshien's not going to take that much damage here. But this is Mystic Water Rain Boosted Kyogre. I think what they should have done is Volt Switch, Hard Switch in the Woshien, soak damage on Woshien, and then reap him with Groudon Miraidon. That's what they should have done. But they did not. So it's fine with me. Like, I'll just dump truck this Woshien. And then it's really going to come down if my Ogre's faster than that Groudon, which, like, it might be. It might not be. if I'm not and I have to soak the damage here, like I probably do lose if that is the case. Let's see if I'm faster than this Groudon. Because we don't really know yet. The Groudon is faster than my Blood Moon, which it should be, right? So it's like, yeah, let's see. You're going to have to go into the Sinistcha. Do I, like, what is the play? Is there any play where, like, no, this is just it. You're going to have to Draco me. I have to Water Spout. Water Spout, Rage Powder, that's it. That's the line. I mean, I guess I could protect Ogre Trick Room. And then I have a Paralyzed Zekrom. I like this play. I'm confident that I'm faster than their Groudon. I have 28 points in speed. That might not be enough. You're going to have to click a Draco, though. Second Draco. You can miss 2. Parabolic! He's had Parabolic as the last move! Dude, no way! He actually had that! That makes complete sense, by the way. That makes complete sense. Why didn't I just click my good move, Origin Pulse? Dude, I cannot believe he actually had Parabolic as the last move. That makes so much sense with the Groudon, but I really thought it was Overheat. And he is faster, dude. We absolutely lost this game to the P-Blade's miss. I had that locked up so well. I'm so sad. I could have also clicked Origin Pulse there. Is there anything that we can actually do in this situation? Parabolic KOs, nah. We lost. Ah! Oh, I'm so sad. If you KO'd the Zekrom in that one turn, I bring in my Sinistcha, I full heal my Blood Moon, and I win the game. Oh my gosh, never lucky again! Never lucky again! Never lucky again. Alright, Ice Rider, Koraidon, Smeargle. I think Indeedee is going to be really good here. We can take away some of the terrains from the Rillaboom. We can redirect Spores from Smeargle. I vibe with it a lot. I also just think that like Torn Ogre is like solid in this matchup. Torn Ogre seems really usable. But I think I can bring out the Ogre, like, whenever I feel like it, if that makes any sense. I'm looking at a couple different options here. Kyogre is a decent lead, but you gotta bring it out at the right time. I guess I could also lead Kyogre and, like, bully them into going more aggressive than they would like. I think the Indeedee, I think Sinistcha is gonna be very important in this matchup. What if I let Zek? What if we lead like Zek? Is Zek Ogre correct? What do you do against that? Because I just pivot out one of them for Indeedee and just start chunking, you know? I really like those 4. I know I'm probably supposed to bring Torn Ogre. I just don't think I need it. Because like if I take away your Ice Rider, your Trick Room Core doesn't work. And if I take away your Koraidon, you'd have to be bringing your Lando, but, like, would you bring Lando to this? You should. Hard to say. This is going to be a weird matchup. I don't think I need Torn here. I think Torn is an L. I think if I go down enabling the Tornadus, that's just something to where, like, it's not only not helping, really, in, like, the speed matchup against, like, the Koraidon and the Lando, but it really, like, is an auto-loss into Cali, because it just kind of has to sit there and wait to get lanced, right? So I really like this. I like this a lot, because right now you're going to go Fake Out. I'm just going to Hard Pit out my Zekrom for my Indeedee, block the Fake Out, and Dump Truck both these guys. I don't think I Oko the Cali, but what I do think is I've mitigated enough damage, and then I can just go Ult Pulse, close it out, right? I really like that. And if you want to hard swap out your Incin for Koraidon this turn, that's fine. I don't really care. Like, I'll just Ice Beam you, bro. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't think I'm taking as much damage from this Ice Rider as they probably think I'm gonna take. So let's see what they want to do here. You should definitely go Fake Out TR here. This looks like a board for Fake Out TR. And the Indeedee is gonna be swinging. So I'm obviously pivoting out first because my Zekrom is faster than the Incin. So Indeedee's gonna come in, block the Fake Out. Survey says, surprised to see no Smeargle lead. Surprised to see the Incin instead, honestly. Let's see though. Don't pivot. Nice, they're just staying in. I don't care if you go water. Like, go water. My Zekrom about to be clapping cheeks out here. Dragon? Water? What are we looking? Fairy, cool. You're neutral. That's just neutral. Like, so a crit spout will just win me the game this turn. Easy peasy, like. Crit spout? First time? Okay, was the Incin. Works for me, buddy. That's what that's Origin Pulse range, right? And now I can actually hit Ice Beams too. Like, Helping Hand Ice Beam might take that thing out. There's the Lance. It looks like maybe I was gonna say AV, but you took too much damage, right? So is this Koraidon here? Lefties. Okay, that clears. Is this Koraidon? If it is Koraidon, what do I want to do to stop that? I'm thinking. I still have my Terra. I wonder if Ice Beam KOs that thing. I don't have a ton of speed control on this team. What's the issue with, like, that? I want some chip on the Koraidon to guarantee next turn that I can go follow me Ice Beam into it. I'll take that, yeah. Because you might tunnel into the Ogre. I would. Let's see what you do. Low kick Ogre, bro. I don't know about that one, Chief. That's a unique tech. It's not going to get an Oko here, but see, that's definitely enough range to put it within range for Ice Beam. Or Zekrom. See, like, they definitely tunnel the Ogre there. Do not care. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Let's think about what we want to do right here. Because that Kali Eye is still a problem. Bro, I could go, like, Dazzle, pivot out Ogre for Sinistcha. You have the Entity, bro? Does that KO? Dude, I'm cooking, dude. I've lived my full life. This is gonna be funny. I want the high roll Dazzling Gleam, double tap the Koraidon. If you click Lance, I don't care. I just send out Kyogre. You know, like, I get my repin of the weather. This should still be fine. Protect. Good play. Good play. Are they Trick Rooming? Like, if you're Trick Rooming, like, this board is still good. I still have my Terra. I'll just flip on my Terra on my Sinistcha and be fine. Lance? We Lancing? Trick Room? Lance. Awesome. Perfect. Repin a Kyogre. Love that. Doesn't... Oh, just kidding. I live. I'm a goat. Dude, you didn't even get anything out of that. You walked away from that trade with nothing. Okay. This is bad. Because I'm going to lose one of these guys. I was really planning on losing something that turn. I mean, so the best play would be... Follow me. It's follow me, bring in Ogre, soak damage, repin with Sinistcha. Yeah, I love that. That's actually savage, dude. So if you follow me here, right, you're going to fodder the Entity. You're going to bring out the Ogre. I love that. That's a great line for me. Rila. Goodbye, Entity. You got a really good board over there with that Rillaboom too, but I do still have Terra. And I'm not giving you everything. I'm not giving you everything. Bro, if you have Trick Room, I'm giving you so many times to click it. But we should be fine on the Kyogre side. And then we bring the Sinistcha and get a good heal here. Protect. Cool. I'm not losing anything? Dude, that's so value. I love my life when I get value here. Just a raw follow me. This guy's like floundering so hard. So he has lefties and the grass terrain. That is a lot of damage. I think what I do here... I know this looks like scary. But I'm thinking about just hard pivoting out my Entity for Sinistcha, foddering, protecting, getting that last little heal. But I can also just do like this. Are you actually fake out in the Ogre, or are you gonna Grassy Glide it? I don't really care if you fake out it. This is such a hard line, because if you fake out and glance, I lose. I'll just protect then. I don't need to be weird. And then next turn I can just Terastallize when there's no fake out threat. Fine with me. And this lets me reset my terrain control as well. I vibe with it. Kyogre's topped off. Let's see if you're U-turning. Let's see. Fake out, Grassy Glide, U-turn, Woodhammer. What were we clicking? Fake out. So good. So happy I played correctly. There's the Trick Room. Good play. Love that for you. I think that I'm still okay here. I know this sounds like super weird. I think that I'm still like low-key fine. Because I can flip it back with my Sinistcha. And I think that I think I should be able to eat one more Lance if I flip on my Terra. So like if I flip on Water Terra here, I flip that back. I fodder the Entity here to the Lance. And then there's no terrain, right? There's nothing stopping my Kyogre to just come in and be like, Delete. I have Zekrom. I'll have Zekrom and Ogre, and I'll just be like, delete. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I love that for me. Koraidon's going to come in at a time where, well, we'll see what happens. This is going to be dicey. He's starting to come back. This guy's definitely been making slightly incremental better plays over the latter course of this matchup. Here's my Terra. I should be able to eat the Lance, honestly. This is a full HP defense finish shot. You know, we ate that Terra Starstorm earlier on, and that did a lot to the special defense side, but I don't see this Kali being this much of a threat. There's the Lance. Don't die Finish shot. You can kill my entity. Nice. Flip the Trick Room right back. And what I really like about this play is I'm going to get a repin of Ogre, and the Koraidon's not going to have its weather, which means I just fold them. You're going to have to pivot out for your Rillaboom here and protect your Kali. So I can make a read with that and Ice Beam you. You can definitely do that. There's nothing saying that I can't do that. Everything that you're looking at on paper makes you think that's a good play. Yeah, I'm gonna make that read. I make that read every time. Every time I make that read. Every time. You're protecting with your Kali, right? You're pivoting in your Rilla. You're soaking a Spout. And if I get the freeze here, I win the game. Easy win the game. You have absolutely no lineup to stop me from winning the game after that. Reset my hospitality. I love this. This is a great line for me. I make this play every day. Cool. There it is. Yeah. Good lineup for me. Let's go. Ice Beam. Freeze it. Damn, dude. I almost got away with the coolest play. Alright, so let's see. You're going to fake out the Ogre, honestly. Obviously, every single time you fake out this Ogre. I think our play here is Thunder here. And I'll Spout. You chose incorrectly, thinking that I wouldn't click Spout. Of course I'll click Spout! Dumpy, you are so low, bro! And if you're Trick Rooming me... I think I'm fine. Lance, he just raw Lances, dude. That's fine. Zekrom, you did your best, bro. You did everything needed of you. Let me get another heal on my Kyogre. You think about this. You come in with Koraidon. I get a slight heal on my Ogre. The play here is... Let me think about this. I think it's just Ice Beam Koraidon and Matcha Gotcha the Kali. Because I can always just hit the Kali, right? I think they're going to protect the Kali. We don't need to Rage Powder. We don't need to Life Dew. We don't need to flip back the Trick Room. We'll go for the Matcha Gotcha because it can finish off the Kali because it has a steroid boost from the grassy terrain. And then you just Ice Beam here. I think that's the play. And if you end up hitting the Finish Chop with the Koraidon, I'm down to make that trade. If you protect the Koraidon, that means my Matcha Gotcha just goes straight into the Kali. So I think this is my best lineup here. Don't need to go into any 50-50 protect metagames with my Kyogre or Rage Powder scenarios. I think we should be able to get this one. Let's see it. I think Kyogre eats whatever the Koraidon throws at it, honestly. I'm full health right now. Matcha Gotcha's pretty good. Protect Koraidon. Cool, so this means my Matcha Gotcha is going to have its best chance just to dump truck this Kali. Love that. Don't need to pass, go, or collect $200. Matcha Gotcha. Let's go. Matcha Gotcha, 90% accuracy. Let's go. Grassy terrain. Thank you for the train, buddy. Appreciate you on time. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Love that, dude. So good. Value. Yeah, they're probably actually just clicking land instead of full send the Finish Shot out. And hey, I get to use my Citrus Berry finally, like 8 turns later, right? Holy moly. I'm actually really surprised we came back and won this one. They really tightened up their gameplay towards like the middle of the game. That one play that I made taking half the health on the Rillaboom and going for that really big read with Ice Beam, it messed them up. It took them well out of their comfort zone, and now I'm just going to go Rage Powder. Rage Powder away, and Ice Beam wins the day. Wins up. Should be able to get this one. I want to see what they're using. They were low kicking last time. That's not doing that much. Don't pop my teacup. That's not doing it. Ice Beam wins the day. And we take those wins all the way to the bank. If you guys like this team, you guys have any suggestions for Pokemon you want to see me use, let me know in the comments. Also, think about, dropping a subscription on the channel. We're featuring a bunch of different really cool Regulation I teams. We just passed 50K. We'd love to have you along for the ride, uploading consistent content, getting ready for Pokemon Champions. Guys, thank you so much for watching. And other than that, peace out. We'll see you guys next time.